Welcome, Bitcoin fam, to the #1 Bitcoin pod and potentially my final live stream ever on YouTube. I'll explain why here soon. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we're pumping back in the green. We'll also be discussing Tether moves $3.9 billion in Bitcoin to 21 Capital, Jack Mallers' new Bitcoin treasury company. Also, legendary James Wynn's second $100 million Bitcoin bet. He says they're hunting me. We'll also be discussing Michael Saylor's strategy offers an additional $250 million worth of preferred stock to buy more Bitcoin. We'll also be discussing retail is back, but not where you think, according to the BitGet COO. Also, massive breaking news. Russia's largest bank, Sber, offers up Bitcoin-linked bonds as money printer go brr. That's right. Max Keiser says, what if Russia suddenly realized they have a very high strategic advantage and can buy 1 million Bitcoin faster than the US and win the global hash war? It's incredibly cheap. The energy costs, extremely low debt of 14.9% to the GDP, ability to print your own currency, and issuing 100 billion in BitBonds is easy for Russia. Buy 1 to 5 million BTC. No problemo. We'll also be discussing the latest what's happening in the market. All this, plus so much more in today's live stream. And again, welcome everyone joining us here this fantastical day. This may potentially be my final YouTube stream. Let me explain what's going on. But first and foremost, shout out everyone in the live chat. This is a tri-stream live stream. We are live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, and I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. Please, if you haven't already, I'm going to go ahead and pin the stream to the top of the profile on X. All you need to do, hit the repost button. It's one button. It's free to do it. Comment or quote the stream as well, and I can repost those comments and quotes, and we could orange pill more of the masses. This is how we hack the algorithm here on X. But yeah, let me explain what's going on with YouTube. So I called it the other day because a random video they flagged, removed from my channel, and they claimed it violated their terms and conditions by promoting harmful and dangerous content. So I brushed it off, but in the back of my head, I'm like, they can say the same thing for 3,000 other videos. I share YouTube news or Bitcoin news religiously on YouTube for the past 7 years since I created the channel, the most consistent in the space. And lo and behold, I wake up today, I check my email, 20 plus emails from YouTube saying we've removed your video, violation, harmful and dangerous content. We've removed your video. We've removed your video. There was over 20 email notifications removing all of my content. So when I first got the first one a few days ago, what is it called? Appealed it. I'm like, this is bullshit. Appeal it and they'll reinstate it. No, I appealed it and they're like, we made the right decision. We've removed it for life. It violated the harmful and dangerous policy, promoting an illegal Ponzi scheme, which is what they deem Bitcoin as, obviously, according to their own words. It's like harmful and dangerous content is promoting illegal Ponzi schemes, and they give you like a list of things. I share Bitcoin news and predictions very religiously every single day. And lo and behold, every year at around this time, they do a great purge of Bitcoin purists, content creators, those pushing, I guess, the Bitcoin message, preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi, yours truly, Nipinator, wherever he may be, spot the nip. But yeah, long story short, 20 plus videos removed today, and I will not be surprised if my channel is terminated sometime today or by tomorrow at the rate they're going, because I already know I can't appeal. They're just going to decline the appeal and say they made the right decision. And they've already removed 20 videos. I can wake up to 2,000 videos being removed by this time tomorrow. So I need your support more than ever. If you like this stream and you want to see it continue, let me know. Show me some love on X, because I'm kind of at the point, fuck YouTube, fuck YouTube, fuck YouTube. I've been religiously posting content as a content creator, and I get penalized. I've been shadow banned for fucking 5 years. I've been stuck at 70,000 subs for multiple years. I get no love. Basically, they destroyed my income when they terminated my channel last year. It reduced 90% of my income from ads, and it's never recovered. My traffic is never recovered, and they're just going to continue to harass me because I'm a Bitcoiner. I'm like at the point where it's just like, fuck YouTube. Like, do I genuinely need them moving forward? And it is like a double-edged sword, and I'll get to comments in a second, but I'm ranting because the beautiful thing is I love the CNA community we have manifested and developed over the past 7 years. Like, I'm very grateful for all of you, but it's like a love-hate relationship because I fucking literally despise YouTube over what they've been doing to me over the past several years. And it's an ongoing struggle every year. So again, if I get terminated today or tomorrow, not surprised. We've seen it coming. It's the lizard folk doing what they do best, purging Bitcoin purists because they deem Bitcoin as an illegal Ponzi scheme, but they need to look in the mirror because the dollar is the greatest of all Ponzi schemes. Yeah, I mean, and let me read some of the comments, but I'm pretty heated right now. Heading to the Rumble, shit out, Ryder. Well, appreciate that. We're live on Rumble, X, and YouTube. Like I said, YouTube may no longer be a thing. You may never be able to find my YouTube channel again within the next 60 minutes, for all I know, at the rate it's going. So it's very important to follow me on X and Rumble if you want to continue to support me and get the message and the stream and all that good stuff. J to the motherfucking Danger Mouse V. That's what I'm saying, Oracle. Keep posting videos wherever you go. I'll follow. Shout out Professor Carter. Respect. Keep up the good fight, brother. You already know. If you don't like it, leave. Oh, well, try to keep the F-bombs to a minimum. FYI, you're allowed to say the F-bomb. That's not against their terms and conditions. In fact, the biggest YouTubers all drop F-bombs religiously, including Joe Rogan, #1 podcast in the world. So that's not the reason. Why are they hating on you, JV? Suckers can't stand to see JV win. I think it's deeper than that. I think this is an attack against Bitcoin purists because the message is pure. They want to see you listening to Jim Cramer, hoarding fiat currency in the bank and eating the bugs and remaining poor. It seems that's the obvious agenda. God forbid you put out a Bitcoin video talking about Bitcoin's going to increase in value in the future. Now you're a threat to the forces that be because you're promoting an illegal Ponzi scheme, making false promises. Like, go fuck yourselves, lizard folk. Open another account. I already have a secondary account, but I don't have the desire to even use it if they're going to fuck me in this way. Or the pirate side will show up and have the 4-letter swear word acronym at the yeah, maybe every stream moving forward, we kick it off on X and Rumble and we give a fuck you to YouTube, just as a reminder. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But Danger Mouse to the motherfucking B. That's what I'm saying. Did you see what Jamie Dimon said to buy instead of Bitcoin? Let me guess. Bonds. Welcome to the bond apocalypse of 2025, the crash of the fiat dollar. Regardless, we buy, stack, and chill, and we're still holding it down. Get your double espresso, caffeine in the bloodstream, do what it do. I'm going to check the feed right now. Again, fam, all your support is greatly appreciated. I need your support now more so than ever. Shout out Mr. Corvette, you the man. We love you. Fuck the lizard. This gong strikes for you, brother. I'm on Rumble, just in case YouTube is no longer available. I'm here for life, brother. Respect Juan Romero, Pura Vida Broski. Food and poo-poo seeds, precisely. They're worried Bitcoin's chomping at their market cap rank, JV. They're bitter they didn't buy. The other institutions are getting ahead with a biddy. That's what I'm saying. Shout out Overkill, respect. Voltaire, famous French philosopher, stated 1720, all fiat eventually always returns to its original intrinsic value, 0. Yes, buy bonds, leverage fiat, carry even more debt. Fantastic idea, Jamie Dimon. Not. Of course, he said buy the bonds and keep printing the Ponzi. Expect nothing less from the lizard folk.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
And if you're a, an influencer, I appreciate the support. I always stand up for content creators of Bitcoin when they get pillaged or shitted on or falsely terminated under false pretenses on the tube. I've stuck up for everyone and supporting everyone. So Hope to get that same level of respect match right back. But shout out Adam Taylor. Catch the latest Bitcoin news with JV. Is it a coincidence that Bitcoin's pumping when JV is live? I give all the credit to the Nippinator. Nothing to do with me. But yeah, Nippinator's on a whole different level. Shout out Ghost. Appreciate the support, fam. Of course, bring facts. I got to say congratulations. Guess who's attending Bitcoin Country at the Max and Stacy Invitational Pool Party? Bring facts +1. He won for having the illest Bitcoin tattoo. We call it the little bitty titty. And so shout out Max Keiser. Appreciate you hooking up. Bring facts with 2 tickets to the event. Looking forward to seeing you in Bitcoin Country, brother. It's going to be a game changer. I'll leave it at that. Definitely the best event I've ever been to. Back January this year was the Max and Stacy Invitational. You guys can still get your tickets. Meet myself, Bring Facts, and the rest of the Biddy fam for holding it down. Shout out Brian Moles. JV shares the truth of the Biddy every day. YouTube won't stop me from watching you. Freedom Lives. Yeah, here's the silver lining. Even if all 3,000 videos are removed from YouTube, you can still find every single podcast episode on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, anywhere podcasts are created or shared, because I'm on every platform. The only one censoring me and terminating my content is YouTube. They're the forces of evil as far as I am concerned. That's why we strike the gong to raise the consciousness. And you already know. Holy crap, Jerry Nadler, senator, had the drone detect something at the office, same tech the Ukraine used a couple of days ago. And I remember the movie The Big Short, I do. What was the crushing investment, centralized debt obligation? The bonds. Fuck the bonds. Max has been calling for the bond apocalypse. And if you don't know, now you know.
Point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin.
Just be careful. Again, YouTube perceives Bitcoin as an illegal Ponzi scheme.
And then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works in business.
Listen up, fam. This is sage advice from one of the wealthiest men in America, Michael Saylor, company worth over $60 billion.
It's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
Precisely, Brian, your videos are harmful and dangerous to the fiat-loving lizard folks. Am I right? I mean, couldn't have said it better myself, brother. Much appreciated. Fact says YouTube done fucked up. Canceling the premium membership. You done fucked up, YouTube. Shit. Hey, JB, watching mate from Cornwall, England. Shout out to the UK. A little bitty titty can open such amazing doors. Who knew? The high priest of Bitcoin's following me until he gets sick. I already know, because I know Max digs you, or he wouldn't be following you. He loves anyone who is a Bitcoin maxi and speaks their mind, and I think you're the perfect candidate for that. You're very well outspoken, brother. You have your own opinions and views on life, and you're a Bitcoin maxi and you despise shitcoins. I mean, you're practically Max's blood brother. Just got to say that. YouTube's hurting themselves. We will follow you to the other platforms. No biggie. Respect, Jay Coleman. Mad respect. Serge, JV, X me today. Yep. I guess the comments are coming in quick. Sorry, Michael. I'm a Bitcoin fan and all, but I'm not going to leverage my house or anything else to buy Bitcoin. I'll buy the Bitcoin dollar cost average. Word. I've come in on my channel. Shout out Sean the Gardener. Shout out Sweet Bitty McGee. So glad I didn't buy the premium yet. Smart look there. For Christ's sake. YouTube's on the attack. Out of all the channels they could be attacking right now, you'd think they'd be going after the Michael Saylor scams. Send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 2 back. Why do these scams always prevail? You know what I mean? And get like an insane amount of views, and I struggle. It's mind-boggling. Trevor, join us live with the best for the Bitty news. Just reposted you, Trev. And again, shout out Sweet Bitty McGee. Appreciate the support. Shout out Chandy10, always holding it down. JC Ice put YouTube message with the #1 Bitcoin pod on the planet, messing with JV. Is it going to hold him down? Never. Come on, watch JV. Come with a fam. That's right. We're rising like the phoenix on Fax's chest. The itty bitty titty in full effect. And again, greatly appreciate all the support, fam. Someone else told him to do that. Haven't been me, says Patricia. Word. Let's do this right. Been watching JV from Cornwall, England, keeping it fair. Pretty little bitty back on the move. They can't hold the Nippinator down. Nippinator's on the attack. He'll strike the gonads, especially the gonads if he has to. So watch out. Wop, 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 wop. Nippinator bite the gonads. That's right. Why you trolling like a bitch, YouTube? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord? Probably a minor. YouTube not like us, bro. I'll just leave it at that. Can't repost you, JV. Sorry, no X. Oh, shit. What happened to your X account? They shut you down? What's going on, brother? I appreciate the heads up. No worries. Just sorry to hear you don't have an X account no longer. Happy 420 in advance. 1 minute out. And 450 people already on the stream. Again, we're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And this very may well be my very last YouTube stream after 7 years. Consistent streams. I'm under attack. I repeat. Under attack, woke up, over 20 videos permanently terminated under false pretenses for promoting harmful and dangerous content, which they deem Bitcoin as an illegal Ponzi scheme. Hence, it's dangerous and harmful. So watch out for that B. Watch out now. But anyways, I think we're going to kick off the show. Let me just sip on a little bit more of the caffeine. Again, shout out Chandy10. We got that Bitcoin swag.
So chillin' hot with my Bitcoin.
You feel that?
Swagger from the bitty stack. It goes up, up, up. Bitcoin goes.
It goes doing, doing, doing.
It's a thrill ride. A stack deck built so right. Gonna bust out of the firmament. Beyond the water-filled sky.
Yeah, so I don't even know what to do regarding my YouTube account. I'm open for suggestions, but like I said, I had 20 plus videos removed. I can appeal them all, but I already know their decision is going to be, it's because it's like an automated system. And I already appealed one and they said, no, we made the right decision. So again, I'm not holding my breath. My YouTube channel may be gone forever in a few moments, any moment, because I'm under attack in real time right now. So unless the YouTube team helps support me and fix this shit, we're fucked. So if you guys can repost some of the comments I shared on YouTube, I wrote earlier, YouTube permanently removed 20 plus more videos from my channel since this morning. And under false claims that my video contains harmful and dangerous content, and I tag team YouTube. We both know sharing Bitcoin news is not harmful or dangerous content. And I deal with this same issue every year around this time. Must be a Bitcoin purge on our platform, targeting Bitcoin purists such as myself. Please reinstate my videos and stop removing them from the platform. I also put, remember, all my content, including over 2,000 episodes of the pod, can still be found on iTunes, Spotify, and live streams will resume on X and Rumble. It's only YouTube censoring and removing my content. So obviously, that's the outlier. Only YouTube. I'm on every platform that exists. I'm on X. I'm on Rumble. I'm on iTunes. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Spotify. I'm everywhere. But YouTube is the only one causing me these problems right now. So if they don't fix it, we're permanently fucked. But the ball is in your guys' court whether we can resume streaming on YouTube tomorrow. I highly doubt it. I think I'm going to be terminated sometime today. At least that's what I feel, unless the YouTube overlords do something about it today, just FYI. But they're not going to fuck up my Bitcoin swag. That's for shizzle.
Trust this, don't wear a nail on your forehead with an opportunity miss. Bitcoin thrust, fiat rust, stamp your future and still.
Keep it with swagger, secure and Superman. Real B is Satoshi level. Trump card holding kinda killer.
With W's and M's for the...
Which episodes? Completely random. I didn't even pay attention. Some really old videos from years ago, more recent videos, and everything in between. They're just flagging and removing all of my videos in real time. Again, over 20 of them removed since 4 a.m. And right now it's 4 p.m. here in Puerto Rico. It's on the last 12 hours.
Orange pill set for making millions.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad.
But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, Important to smash the like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And who knows, this may be my farewell. This could be my very last YouTube live stream of all time, as I'm currently under attack on the tube. Hence the important to make sure you're following crypto news alerts on X, Rumble, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify. We're everywhere podcasts can be found, and it's only YouTube censoring and removing my content right now. It's an outlier. Only YouTube removing my content. They deem Bitcoin as an illegal Ponzi scheme according to their own messages in their email, and they deem this harmful and dangerous content. So like I said, this may be my very last YouTube live stream of all time, but we will resume on X and Rumble if the channel does get terminated today, which I'm anticipating. But anyways, today is pod episode 2011. I'm your host, JV, and today is June 3rd, 2025. Bitcoin pumping, back in the green, lots of bullishness in the news. So let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin hovering above 106,000, up 1% on the day. Ether back in the green, back above 2,600. XRP, Cardano, Tron all pumping and in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 3.34 trillion. The all-time high is 3.75, so we're about a half a trillion off. And the Bitcoin market cap is back above 2.1 trillion. And we have 114 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance, 63.2%, with Ether dominance on the rise again at 9.5%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Sky leading the pack, up 12.5%, followed by WIF, up 12%, followed by SPX, up almost 11% on the day. Let me know which alt, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. And checking out the crypto bubbles, you can see for the daily, bulk of the market in the green. We love to see that. Zooming out for the weekly, unfortunately, majority of the market wreck city. And zooming out for the monthly, bulk of the market in the green, which we love to see. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're 64 greed, yesterday 64, last week of 74, and last month of 64. And let's check out the time chain calendar. I forgot to pull it up, so let me do that right now. And shout out Steve, I greatly appreciate the super brother. Can you start your own platform or website? That's a great question. The answer is yes, of course I can create my own website or platform. However, it doesn't mean anyone will be using it. The thing with social media, there's already billions of users you can just plug into. So the silver lining, we will resume the live streams on X and Rumble. I'm just not holding my breath that I'm going to have a YouTube channel moving forward after today based upon the attack, which is playing out in real time. But according to the block height, we're currently on block number 899,690. We have 150,310 blocks into the halving of 2028. And as of today, you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 944 sats. So you know what to do. Pick up the sats, put down the gat to pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And this gong strike is for you, Steve. Yeah, so my understanding, the only way the YouTube situation will get fixed is if a real human from YouTube support looks into it and fixes it, because their algorithm and automated system is designed to work against you. They're already rejecting the appeals and doubling down on their claims that my Bitcoin content is harmful and dangerous, promoting an illegal Ponzi scheme. So unless a human does something about it, we're fucked. Epic rant, rage against the machine. JV, we're with you, my boy. Shout out Charvis. No, don't say that, JV. It sounds so fine. I'm following both your channels on the Rumble. Thanks, Fairground. Viva la Bitcoin Revolution. That's what I'm saying. Thanks for dropping the direct Rumble link. And of course, at the top of the hour, when we're done with the news and the pod is done, we'll resume the uncensored version of the pod on Rumble and X. Sup, back from El Zante. Cheers, Julius. Like the turkey wishbone, god of wholeness, I am being pulled apart by my job, family, home, errands, friends, and needs. I'm preoccupied with what I am not doing and feel the pull to do it all. Amen. Humans hardly exist anymore. AI taking over, eh? A group of us discussing it, migrating the social media members is the issue thus far. What the motherfuck? Exactly. Repost and tag JV. Keep that going. Thank you, Oracle. Does help out a lot. Let's get some attention from other, influencers so they could repost this. Because unless we do something, I guarantee you, YouTube's not going to give a fuck. They're just going to be like, sayonara, adios, JV. You know what I mean? I look at it as YouTube is the parasites, and CNA and our fam is the ivermectin. Ivermectin kills the parasites. Dun 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Get sharper than a dagger. Be an Arkansas jam with diamond hands tough.
Got no kryptonite, just orange bitty light. Paper gets wrinkled, crinkled.
Texas,
Hold 'em,
Montana,
hold 'em,
Missouri,
hold 'em,
New York,
hold 'em,
Florida,
hold 'em.
Puerto Rico, El Salvador.
You already know.
Swagger holding with an orange glow.
Prodigy, swagger hottie.
Reserve to preserve. Strategy for prosperity.
You feel that? That's Bitcoin swagger, baby.
Walking like your wallet got laser eyes.
Bitty climbs higher than a high rise. Laser eyes, not surprised.
I got that bitty drip, fiat doing backflips. We don't beg no banker, we just walk with that Bitcoin swag.
This could be the moment in your life where you have to decide where to go. There's a line in the sand. Exactly. This is so lame. You're under attack by YouTube. Bro, someone get some human on this. What the fuck? Your content's amazing. The best thing you can do off time, just repost my rants on X, because I tag Team YouTube and the YouTube content creation team. They're the humans who can do something about it. Right? So if we get their attention in the mass, just like we did last year, the year before, this ain't a new phenomena. Typically around this time every year, I get terminated under false pretenses. It's ultimately a kick in the nuts, but we always get the channel back. However, it's up to you guys. The ball's in your court. You actually got to bring this to the attention of Team YouTube and the YouTube content creation team, and they'll actually look into it. Be like, oh shit, we made a mistake. Our apology. And they'll put my content back up. But until then, we're fucked. So, I mean, YouTube getting triggered in real time. See you at the crossroads, you won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. Didn't we predict this a couple of weeks ago? We sure did, Oracle. Again, you call me Mystic JV. I predict these things. Shout out to Mystic Mac, Conor McGregor. And yo, I got another like from Conor McGregor. That's 3 in the past couple of weeks. So shout out former double champ and potentially the new president of Ireland. He's proposing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. I got mad respect for Conor. I've been following him for like 15 years throughout his entire career in the UFC. And mad respect, brother. Greatly appreciate you liking my content. So who knows? Maybe we'll have Conor on a future episode talking about strategic Bitty reserve for the country of Ireland. There's just no telling. The lizard folks, they can't keep a good man down. Dear SEC Governor, does YouTube censoring podcasts on their site about Bitcoin constitute unlawful influence? That's actually a fantastic question. I'm glad you tagged the SEC on that one, Snark Knight. Shout out Sweet Bitty McGee again. Greatly appreciate all the love, all the extra love in particular here today. Waking up to a YouTube attack. Yeah, I mean, I'm reposting everyone in real time. We're up to 800 people on the live stream. Let's go.
Bitcoin swagger. Hey, hey, yo.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dad.
But anyways, fam, you already know orange panty night, no panty night, either or, brother. It's your world. At the end of the day, the world's your oyster, as long as you're stacking the bitty, that is. But let's continue. Let's do a little TA, a.k.a. astrology for the baddies, and you should be able to see on your screen. We're going to run through this quickly. Bitcoin taps 106 liquidity as the bulls defend the price with $260 million bid. That's right. Here, looking at a 1 hour chart, and I'll pull up the live charts here shortly now that we're back in the green. Major liquidity zones above 110 and below 103, according to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. And quoting material indicators, fire chart showed 263 million in bid liquidity for the biddy, ladder down to 97,750, and an additional block of plunge protection just above the yearly open. Any significant additions of bid liquidity to this expanded range should help keep the price elevated and the macro trend intact. So profit taking euphoria still absent, which means the whales are continuing to accumulate, which is what the smart money should be doing right now. Fewer than 8% of the trading days have been more profitable for investors, suggesting a meaningful transition into profit-taking activity underway. But again, smart money knows better, but I mean, be my guest if you want to sell to the likes of BlackRock, 21, and Mikey Saylor. Glassnode added that despite hodlers cashing out, the market had not yet reached the kind of euphoric state seen during the previous long-term price tops. And there you have it. And I'm going to pull up some of the live charts. We'll do a little live chart action. Jackson, Satisfaction, Bo Jackson, Tony Braxton. Really quick. You should be able to see on your screen here, Familam. We do have a lot going on the 1 hour. We do have a rising wedgie, the only wedgie I approve of. We do have a bull target in the green, sitting at 109. It's an inverted head and shoulders in particular. And zooming out from the hourly, let's take a look at a 1 or 4 hour, and then we'll work our way backwards. 4 hour chart. Also shows a bullish pennant formation, also a bullish pennant target of 116.3, again on the 4 hour chart. Again, 116.3 in play. 112 is the current all-time high achieved May 22nd, which was roughly 2 weeks ago. It's the current top, hence price discovery. Checking out the daily, looks like no particular bull scenario targets here, but you do see we've been trading sideways for the past week, really. But bullish momentum seems to be resumed here overall as we continue to accelerate. Zooming out, taking a look at a weekly, cup and handle target, rising wedgie, 124 in play. We've seen this in play on this particular chart for at least 6 months now, hoping it comes into fruition sometime here soon. But you guys let me know your thoughts. And we had 7 consecutive green weekly candles, and we finally had a red corrective just this Sunday a couple of days ago. Will the bullish trend resume? You guys let me know your thoughts. And zooming out a little from there, take a quick look at the monthly chart. And as you can see pulled up here, the month of May was a nice green close, and April was green. The 2 prior months prior to that was in the red. But you let me know where you feel will likely go for this month. I think the bull is going to resume, especially considering where we're at, considering the distance apart from the previous halving, which was in April of 2024, typically 12 to 18 months out is pure bullishness. And we typically reach the cycle peak sometime potentially within the next 4 months, if history is to rhyme. So will we get that next leg up? You guys let me know your thoughts. I'll read your comments out loud. No panty night. Let's go. Do you even need the YouTube anymore? The honest answer, no. I don't need YouTube. Jonathan Costa put, JV, what do you think of the Bitcoin Conference 2025? Bitcoin events are increasingly less focused on Bitcoin. The best Bitcoin event today is Bitcoin Plus. In my opinion, the best events are the small, inclusive events such as the Max and Stacy Invitational. And I'm speaking from firsthand experience. It's the best event I've been to. I attended it in January of this year in Bitcoin country, and I will be returning January of next year alongside Mr. Itty Bitty Titty. Bring Facts, who just won 2 tickets to the Max and Stacy Invitational Pool Party. So personally, I much rather have an event with 200 or 300 people versus 30,000, because you're going to get to really connect with those individuals at the event. Whereas good luck trying to speak to one of the speakers at an event with 30,000, because there's 30,000 people. Can I have your autograph? Get on the line. So that's just me. To each their own. There's no right or wrong. Blessings to all Bitcoin get-togethers, you know what I mean? Breaking news, Satoshi Nakamoto is richer than Bill Gates. Take that, Bill. Bitcoin Academy Club, I was the industry room, saw 99% of the biddy. Who's Satoshi? Evening, gang. Shout out Ricky. The Bitcoin current price, the 1.1 million Bitcoin original Satoshi wallets that have never moved are worth now 115 billion USD. 37.5 last week. JV. Hey, everybody. What's good? Shout out Reagan. Good to have you on the live stream, broski. Let's get ready to rumble. Mono. That's right.
QR flash, got cash in my code. Cold wallet, chiller than a Yeti in the snow.
Doing, cold storm for the rocket flame. Take up, lift up, so chill as we fire it up. Moon up, doing up, yup, up.
Dancing on inflation like it's 1984. Ain't no Fed chair telling me where to go. Haters talk smack, I just nod and stack. Flex that orange B like a royal flag. Tap root smooth, got a flex so pure. Even my memes got a network secure.
You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling.
And shout out JCI, same thing you did last year, Team YouTube. What the you think you're doing? I appreciate you having me on my back. Oracle, shout out, sport your kicks. Appreciate the love. God's got you, JV. Keep posting. Thank you for everything you do daily. I appreciate that, brother. And with that being shared, the news must go on. The news goes on. Here's the latest from Tether, USDT. This is actually an interesting headline. Tether just moved almost $4 billion worth of Bitcoin into 21 Capital. That's right, Jack Mallers' new company, at least he is the CEO of. Check this. Tether just moved a combined 37,229 Bitcoin worth $3.9 billion US dollars to an address linked to the new Bitcoin native financial platform, 21 Capital, led by Strike CEO Jack Mallers. Now, the Tether CEO posted 2 transfers totaling 11,417 Bitcoin worth $1.2 billion, according to the recent X post. In one transaction, the stablecoin issuer transferred 10,500 Bitcoin worth $1.1 billion to an address linked to SoftBank's investment option. In 21, the executive said it was a part of the pre-funding of SoftBank's investment in the Bitcoin platform. In another post, the Tether CEO said Tether made a separate 917 Bitcoin transfer to a wallet associated with convert investors holding equity rights in the venture. The coins were worth about 96 million at the time. The largest batch was moved a day earlier when the CEO reported 3 transactions totaling 25,812 BTC worth 2.7 billion at the time. That included a 7,000 BTC transfer worth more than 730 million from Bitfinex as part of the investment into 21, followed by a 14,000 Bitcoin transfer from Tether and 4,812 Bitcoin worth $500 million, representing pre-funding for the initial equity raise. 21 Capital aims to develop Bitcoin native capital markets infrastructure, allowing products like lending, custody, and asset issuance to operate directly on the Bitcoin rails. It plans to go public via a special purpose acquisition company merger with Cantor Fitzgerald's Cantor Equity Partners, which values the company already at $3.6 billion. 21 is already the 3rd largest corporate holder in the world, and they just fucking launched. Let that sink in. Trailing behind Strategy and Bitcoin mining firm Mara Holdings, the high-profile transactions also highlight a growing divide in the crypto industry's approach to transparency. At the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Vegas, Strategy Executive Chair Mikey Saylor said that posting on-chain proof of reserves is a bad idea. Then guess what? Jack Mallers the next day or so came out and said, you know what? I think it's a good idea. For 21, we're going to post the address and the proof of reserves. Let's go figure. Despite Saylor's commitment to privacy, blockchain analytics firm Arkham already attempted to identify the company's wallets. In fact, they allege to have found 97% total now of Strategy's Bitcoin on chain. So lo and behold, Saylor don't want to share it. Well, too late. Thank you, Arkham, is what it is. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts as the Bitcoin treasury companies continue to crush it like there's no tomorrow. Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. Amen. I told everyone here at least 3 weeks ago, check into Cantor Equity Partners. It's the backbone of Jack Mallers 21. And I can verify that. He's been expressing that virtually every day. So spot on, Greg. You're the man. Respect. I had a meeting today with the Barefoot Mining, sending over a proposal to them within the next week. And another one. Congrats, Oracle. They rounded up the precious metals, outlawed it. Same happening with the Biddy. They have plans. Don't include you and me. Same as it ever was. It's a big club and you're not in it. Shout out, of course, rest in peace, Mr. George Carlin. Micro's up 4% today. Nothing micro about that now, is it? Seriously, though, we got to keep praying. I don't think Saylor will fuck us over, but just remember, humans can be compromised. It's not about someone purposely fucking you over. Humans are tainted because they can be compromised. Every human being on the planet can potentially be compromised because there's evil people that do that for a living. I got one example. Diddy Party. One more example. Gilligan's Island. Every influencer in the world is being blackmailed. Virtually, allegedly, right? So everyone can be compromised, including Michael fucking Saylor. Doesn't matter if he's a genius or not. Every human can be compromised. That's what people don't seem to get through their thick skulls. every human can be compromised. Virtually every influencer is compromised. There's only a handful that aren't. I dare include Bukele, Max Keiser, Stacey Herbert, but it's a very small amount of people not compromised, right? That have some form of power, right? Trust that. Diddy or no Diddy, that's what up. That's why I went to the Bitcoin 2025 conference. One proposal down, 30 to go. Baby. Seller has the black rock in the corner. Makes me sad. Exactly. If you cannot be compromised, you're not human. Precisely, bro. Precisely. I mean, let's just keep it real. What's going to happen when Michael Saylor retires? So here's a play I think that's likely to happen, and Max has called it. BlackRock and institutions continue to accumulate mass amounts of Bitcoin through the ETFs. Retards give their Bitcoin in self-custody to the ETF issuer because they trust Michael Saylor or whatever ETF issuer, such as Larry Finkel BlackRock, more than they trust Satoshi and Bitcoin. And then what happens? The U.S. government comes along and they confiscate all Bitcoin ETF BTC in the name of national security. All they got to do is send the letter. They can use the auto pen, for Christ's sake. Send the letter to Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. Sorry, Bitcoin's a threat to the national security of the United States of America. Therefore, give me all your Bitcoin. And then Coinbase is already the primary custodian for all the lizard folk around the world. They take all the Bitcoin, and only the true OGs have properly self-custodied Bitcoin, such as bring facts if you didn't already lose it in an accident. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Tax that, haters. Y'all think we get stuck holding the Bitcoin bag, then boom, digital surveillance system. We're fuck, pray, party, pray. Tell them Tammy Hatcher, share the stream, hit the likes. They not like us, just like they did with gold. The same playbook. History repeats itself. It often motherfucking rhymes, and people don't know their history. You only know the brainwashed, watered down Rockefeller fucking public school history they teach us, which is we evolved from monkeys, and then a big bang, give God no credit for human creation on this planet. It's just a random quinky dink. Go fuck yourselves, lizard folk. I'm not having it. Like women who have abortion, I ain't having it. I'm just saying.
That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style, truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame. You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling. That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style, truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame. I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. You still on fiat? Man, that's tragic. Biddy got me moonwalking.
That's magic. You feel me? Big preach, bro. God will save us. I pray this is in the name of Jesus. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, fam, we're going to continue with our Biddy education as I continue to preach the holy gospel of Satoshi. Here's what happened with James Nguyen, the high leverage trader we've been covering really closely for the past couple of weeks. New headline just printed here. James Nguyen's second 100 million Bitcoin bet, and even says they're hunting me. That's right. Multimillionaire crypto trader James Nguyen, the legend himself, opened a second leveraged Bitcoin position for nearly a short 100 mil, just days after being liquidated from a similar trade. According to blockchain, the position is set to be liquidated if Bitcoin falls below 103 and is currently showing an unrealized loss of 592,000. I guess that was before this morning's pump, so he's probably in the green right now. The trade comes less than a week after Nguyen's previous 100 million position was liquidated May 30th, when Bitcoin briefly dipped below the 10-day low of 105. Nguyen's bet coincides with growing market caution. Bitcoin's next significant support remains just above 103 as market participants remain in wait-and-see mode ahead of the release of the key U.S. jobless claims report June 5th. Nexo Dispatch editor shared, and following the news of the second bet, Nguyen alleged on X his liquidation level is being deliberately targeted by major market participants. Not surprised. Now, the problem is it's all being done publicly, and the market makers have every interest you would think to liquidate him. And it seems people that don't like him are going to do everything in their power to make sure he gets liquidated as well. There's always manipulation in the markets. Quoting him here, "They're coming for me again," he wrote, disclosing his 103 liquidation level in the post. "Don't let these evil bastards liquidate me." And if you want to help him not get liquidated, long Bitcoin. Meanwhile, crypto influencer altcoin Gordon called out the market manipulation after Wynn's second 100 million bet was initiated. Within seconds, the shady market makers dumped the price towards his liquidation price of 104.5. So my understanding is when there's lots of leveraged longs, the market makers are going to make the market price lower to liquidate those positions and vice versa. And it seems the market maker's always going to win regardless. Some traders have started donating to Wynn's blockchain address. I did see that. I think he already received over $1 million of donations. I still think that's crazy. People are donating to him because he brags about being extremely wealthy. And if he's throwing hundreds of millions of dollars into leveraged longs, you would like to assume he's a billionaire, or if not, worth hundreds of millions. So if you're not worth $100 million and you're donating your money to this trader, I think it's a little retarded, but then again, that's just my personal 2 Satoshis. At least 24 blockchain users sent stablecoins to Wynn's crypto address with the largest. So if you want to help him, I think you should just create your own Bitcoin long. Avoid the 40x leverage because you're almost guaranteed to get liquidated, but just go long on Bitcoin. You want to support Bitcoiners, you want to support Bitcoin, you want to support Nipinator, and you want to support the trader at the same time versus just blindly donating money, which you no longer have access to, for some leverage gambling at the end of the day. That just makes more sense to me. But anyways, he previously asked the community for stablecoin donations to fight the market-making cabal, promising to reimburse each user, assuming he wins. He also claimed that some of his personal accounts on crypto exchanges were closed overnight for no obvious reason. As he wrote here, bearish momentum is weakening on the 8-12-hour candles for the biddy. Everyone will be caught off guard. The pumps will be ferocious. When Bitcoin moves, it moves fast and hard. Now, bearish momentum is weakening. Amen. And speaking of bearish momentum weakening, what greater picture could have appeared at that very second than the Peter Schiffmeister, the biggest Bitcoin troll and the worst financial advisor in human history, maybe minus Jim Cramer. But for whatever reason, Peter Schiff can give investment advice on his YouTube channel to keep you poor. Jim Cramer has the okay to give you investment advice to get rid of your Bitcoin position so you could remain poor. But I'm being attacked for being a Bitcoin advocate and allegedly promoting an illegal Ponzi scheme. You can't make this motherfucking shit up, broskies. But anyways, the biggest whale in the ocean is the blue whale. It can even swallow an orange. Its mouth is filled with the bowel of something and eating the krill with the tiny marine organisms. No shit. Word, JV, I stopped liquidating myself in 1983. Smart man. Let's buy the biddy. Let's buy it. 100 million is pocket. Exactly. Chump change, I dare say. I finally bought 1 Satoshi. You're in the game, Mr. Corvette. You're in it to win it. At least his name isn't James Law. Exactly. The last name speaks volumes. He's a winner. Jim Cramer started following me. I think that's the peak of the... No, you're fucking kidding me? Did you really just get a follow from Jim Cramer? That's fucking hilarious, bro. You got a follow from Max Keiser and Jim Cramer on the same day? We are living in a simulation, facts. And you're the designer there. He got booed in the hallway at the conference. It was funny. You must be referring to the Schiffmeister. My phone cut out, or I would have recorded it. Hilarious. The bitty titty. That's right. The bitty titty is priceless. Now that's going to be a famous itty bitty titty, because mark my words, at Max's event, I think everyone's going to take pictures with the bitty titty. Mark my words, there's going to be a swarm of cyber hornets in Bitcoin posting pictures next to a titty. Ironic as that sounds, it's going to happen. Mark my words. Maybe you can charge $20 a photo or something. You know what I mean? Monetize that mofo. That's interesting about the big whale, Greg. We learn something new every day. Oh, a fake Jim Cramer account with a K, like Krusty the Clown from fucking The Simpsons. Now it's all making sense. And shit out Ray Egan, 110 in play, I dare say. Half a god candle away.
Yeah, so know what I think it is a nice fine day. 110K is really in play. Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO.
First up and down the volatility.
So YouTube responded. So here's what they wrote. The best way to resolve this is to appeal, which sends your video directly to our policy team and then follow up with you over the email. You can appeal directly in the studio. Here's the issue, YouTube. I already appealed one of the 20 plus videos you removed and you denied the appeal. So you're wrong. My video absolutely does not spread harmful or hateful content, and it's not against your policies and procedures. Bitcoin is not an illegal Ponzi scheme, but that's what your algorithm is deeming it as. So I'm asking for you or some human being to actually inspect my content so you can see it's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? But of course, you're going to get the cookie cutter response so they can keep face. I don't trust these lizard folk as far as I can throw them. So you already know.
Is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick.
The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there yet. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sold.
But anyways, let's continue with the news. We covered the latest with James Nguyen. Now the latest from Michael Saylor, already raising more money to buy more Bitcoin, even though he just made another announcement yesterday of a new acquisition. Well, they're already raising more as per the headline. Saylor's strategy offers 250 million preferred stock to buy more of the Biddy. That's right. MicroStrategy plans to raise $250 million through an initial public offering of a new class perpetual preferred stock so it can fund more Biddy purchases. Strategy intends to issue 2.5 million shares of the 10% Series A perpetual Stride preferred stock with the ticker STRD at $100 per share. The Bitcoin stacking firm just said in a new statement, proceeds from the offering will be used to acquire additional Bitcoin to provide working capital. Perpetual preferred stock often pays fixed dividends indefinitely with no maturity date and typically has priority over the common stock in payouts. Strategy's perpetual preferred stock offering will be available to institutional investors and selective non-institutional investors as they outline right there. The offering would allow to add new fundraising tools for Strategy to fund the Bitcoin purchases, which have primarily been facilitated through issuing common stock and convertible notes. Also, Strategy is by far the world's largest corporate Bitcoin holder, currently with 580,955 Biddy, worth $61.7 billion on the balance sheet, according to the site. BitcoinTreasuries.net shows Strategy's Bitcoin holdings are more than double that of the other 117 publicly traded Bitcoin holding companies combined. The 250 million could allow Strategy to purchase another 2,351 Bitcoin at the current prices, with Bitcoin trading above 106. Strategy's executive chair and co-founder Saylor has been the main orchestrator behind the company's Bitcoin investment strategy. STRD holders are eligible to receive 10% annual dividends in cash, but only if declared by Strategy's board or an authorized committee. The dividends are non-cumulative, meaning unpaid amounts don't carry over to the future periods. If declared, STRD dividends would be paid out on the last day of each financial quarter, starting September 30th, 2025. Strategy can redeem all outstanding STRD shares for cash if less than 25% remain from the total originally issued. If a fundamental change occurs, STRD holders can reacquire Strategy to repurchase their shares for cash. In both cases, the repurchase price includes a $100 liquidation preference plus any declared dividends that haven't been paid. Wall Street banks Barclays, Morgan Stanley, Moelis Company, and TD Securities will manage the sale of STRD. And several investment firms, including the benchmark company Amber Yvette Securities, will support the offering. The offering is being conducted under the effective self-registration statement followed by the U.S. SEC. So Saylor done figured out another way to raise more money to buy more Bitcoin. Not surprised. Appeal all 20 banned videos. I guess I'm going to have to. It just seems like a waste of time knowing they're going to deny it. I thought the government stopped monitoring the sites. Yeah, right. Tell me the government has stopped monitoring something? I think not. JV needs us, says Serge. STRD is still the IPO mode, so it is not listed. The only way is now through the private investment firms. Appreciate the insights there, brother. And again, welcome everyone joining us. We're up to 1,200 people on the live stream. This may very well be my final farewell YouTube stream, this could be my very last one, as I'm currently under attack and they continue to remove my videos. I'm scared to check my email that another 100 videos have been removed. Team YouTube has already appealed, get a human to look at these and see it is just news. Thank you, Oracle. Well said. And again, thank you, Sweet Bitty McGee. Shout out the Illuminati bot. I like to follow that account as well. Crazy inflation ain't no joke, but the bigger picture, stay away from fast food. It's fucking poison. I couldn't be more clear on that one. No wonder I'm canceled. Don't eat that shit, even if they charge you $100. It's not worth it. Your health is too valuable, especially as a Bitcoiner, to put the poison in your body. You know for a fact it cannot be cow meat because there's not enough cows to go around that suffice the amount of burgers being served every day. You guys do realize that. So it's safe to say you're not eating cow. It's up to you to determine what it is. I've done my research and I've discovered it's rats and human. That's according to the studies that I've researched, but do your own research and don't eat the poison, please. You can do better. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, it's all poison. If it's fast food, it's poison. And why would you put processed food in your body? Why would you purposely poison you and your family? Even if it was free, even if they convinced you and coerced you that you're going to get a free hamburger from McDonald's for taking a poison jab, just say no. Yeah, I mean, if anything, take some ivermectin. It fights the parasites. In fact, it's the only proven thing I'm aware of to completely eradicate yourself from parasites. So if you're looking for a purge from lizard folk and parasites, ivermectin, brother. Look no further. I dare say YouTube is the parasites, CNA is the ivermectin. And thank you guys for the support again. We're up to over 1,200 people now on the stream. We still got a few more stories to share. When we're done with the news, we'll end the fucking YouTube stream, which, again, this is probably the last one. And then we'll continue on X and Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod. Yeah, sorry to say Taco Bell is just as poisonous. It's all poison. It's artificial food. It's engineered food. It's processed food, hence it's not real food, hence God never intended our bodies to consume it. Sorry to break the news to you guys. But on the silver lining, stop eating that shit, you'll probably get healthy. That's the silver lining. Government food for lunch in the whale room at a Bitcoin conference next year. I hope it'll get better than the sandwiches. Yeah, I saw Lay's potato chips. I know RFK Jr. wouldn't approve of that bullshit. Just saying, you can do better. I approved of the apples. I saw Granny Smith apples. I'd be like, give me 3 of those. Keep the processed sandwich and keep the Lay's potato chips with the poison seed oil. No, thank you. We got to do better than that. Yeah, maybe homemade tacos using natural ingredients. You know what I mean? Shout out Darth Melda. Good to have you here. This gong strikes for you, Darth. Darth JV here. That is why I rat salads and pizza. Hey now. Yeah, beware of the rat meat, especially in New York. They got rats the size of motherfucking hippos. You can't make this shit up. I saw a rat. I damn thought it was fucking Master Splinter from the Ninja Turtles. I was in shock. I was like, whoa, only in New York. Homemade tacos. This is the only way to do it. Potato chips at the conference, how cheap? Tater chips. Now, if they were the healthy tater chips, it'd be all right. But the Lay's potato chips, unacceptable. They use the seed oils. I know RFK Jr. wouldn't approve. Just saying.
You know what I think it is, a nice fine day. 110K is really in play. Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO. Up and down the volatility is thick.
And shout out Ray Egan on the track. All right, next story. We got 2 more stories to go, bros. We got retail buyers. Here's the latest. And then big news coming out of Russia, and Max Keiser shared some insights that they have the first movers advantage to buy 1.5 million Bitcoin for the United States. And there's only enough Bitcoin for one Bitcoin superpower nation. So we'll be discussing that, and then we'll do our live Q&A. But as you can see, retail is so back, but not where you think. Let's break her down. Let's see where they're hiding. Despite the widespread belief that the retail investors have exited the crypto space, that's not the case. According to Vugar Usizadeh, chief operating officer of BitGet, they've simply changed their approach. In a new interview at the Consensus Conference in Toronto, Canada, he explained that retail trading has shifted away from the rampant speculation and towards the more practical, sustainable use cases. He attributes this change in part to the lingering PTSD from the last crypto market cycle. Let me know if you have PTSD from crypto, bros, as well as the broader macroeconomic uncertainty fueled by the Trump admin, which has placed downwards pressure on the risk assets throughout the year. Quoting him here, retail investors' appetite for the risks is much lower because we know what happened with the stock market and every other aspect. There's less disposable income to play around with, but people are becoming smarter with their investments. BitGet is responding to this behavioral shift to expand into crypto payments and utility-driven services, including BitGet Pay and stablecoin solutions. The fallout from the 2021 bull run, followed by the harsh bear market and high-profile collapses, has driven users to seek safer, more functional applications for their crypto holdings. Quoting him again, several exchanges are tapping into the payment processing market through crypto, which brings us more towards retail use and everyday spending habits rather than just earning or trading. He also emphasized the growing role of decentralized exchanges, which now account for nearly 10% of the crypto derivative market. These platforms are attracting users who want early access to tokens that are not available on the centralized exchanges. People still want to do these big things, he said, but not necessarily within the formal arena. BitGet emerged as one of the largest crypto exchanges with more than 3.4 billion in average daily volumes as of May 31st, and over 800 cryptos are listed, which ultimately means they're a shitcoin casino. I mean, got to say it for what it is. The evolution of the crypto market likely marks the end of traditional boom and bust cycles, dependent on or defined by euphoric rallies and prolonged crashes. Since the last cycle, clear-cut bull or bear markets are unlikely to materialize, and instead will experience bull episodes and bear episodes. Also pointed to Bitcoin as the crypto's industry's biggest outlier, trading in what he described as its own free flow. That's right, Bitcoin's on its own vector, its own trajectory. I agree there. This dynamic carries both advantages and risks from the crypto investors. I'll take the risks, I'll double down the volatility. Bitcoin going up forever, Laura. Just saying. He also says, therefore, it's a very interesting place to be. And I think as an exchange, we're trying to reinvent ourselves. First, with all the regulations and the KYCs, we are becoming more of a bank-like organization. And speaking of banks, you know, Sailor's intent and mission has become the largest Bitcoin bank on the motherfucking planet. But you already know. But anyways, before we dive into our feature story today, discuss the big news coming out of Russia with their largest bank, Sber, offering Bitcoin-linked bonds. Max Keiser got some very insightful details to share regarding some of this. I'm going to read to you here in a little bit. But first, let me check the comments. Wow, Fairground. Those are some big rats in Cornwall, England. There's a few of the noobs that thought they'd buy the entire coin. I talked to them a couple of years ago. That's right. You buy any amount of the biddy. 1,517, pray without ceasing. Amen. Let's go. You a fan of the XRP? Can't say I'm a fan. Absolutely not. Send the love for JV and the Nippinator. Share the stream, baby. Have cats and chickens and ducks and taking care of the mice and the rats. That's what I like about the Oracle. Always orange pilling the masses like a young blackberry molasses. Shout out to all those lizard bastards for censoring us. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have rants today. So thank you guys. Fast food equals fast death. Just saying. Couldn't agree more there, brother. Realest shit I've ever read out loud. Bitcoin mining difficulty readjusted every 2 weeks. All-time high, 127 terabitty. Exchange over-the-counter desk, all-time low. Or Atlanta, however you want to define. MOASS, the mother of all the supply shortages. What does that mean? Pretty little bitty going up forever, Laura. 110 in play, I dare say.
You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick. The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there, yeah. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm going to do after the stream. I'm going to appeal all 20 plus videos removed since this morning. And I'm also going to keep bothering Team YouTube and the YouTube content creator team on X until I convince, or one of us convince, a human being to actually analyze my content so they can see they're in the wrong and they can issue an apology to myself and our entire CNA fam, because that's ultimately what they just did. They stabbed all of our, subscribers in the back, 77,000 of you. And I don't stand for the bullshit. This may be, again, our very final YouTube stream is what it is.
Anyone can be rich on crypto.
You blacked out for 30 seconds? Yeah, like I said, my YouTube channel can disappear even during the stream. I would not be surprised. I'm scared to even check the email because I have a feeling it's going to say 2,000 more videos have been removed. We've terminated you for life.
Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sold. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
Oh yeah, so my videos are being removed in real time for alleged creating harmful and dangerous content that goes against YouTube's policies or terms and conditions. They're ultimately claiming I'm promoting an illegal Ponzi scheme and misleading my audience by preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi. And just for the record, I only promote Bitcoin. I don't promote shitcoins, and I don't promote Ponzi schemes. I don't promote the dollar, and I sure as hell don't promote anything illegal. So this is an attack, in my opinion, on Bitcoin purists. If I promoted the shitcoins, they'd probably leave me alone. If I promoted their transgender agenda, they'd probably leave me alone. If I promoted their poison jabs, they'd probably leave me alone. If I promoted Elon and his fake space program, they'd probably leave me alone. But I'm a truth seeker, and hence I'm a truth speaker. So I'm being attacked. And it goes along with flexing your First Amendment right to freedom of speech, which really doesn't fucking exist. You only have freedom of speech if you have no followers. Then they don't give a fuck. Say anything you want. They don't care. Gain a little bit of a following, you'll see how quick that freedom of speech vanishes, right? And they're going to try to control you. That's how they control content creators. I'm sure I've been shadow banned for 2 years now on the tube. Exactly. I've been shadow banned for at least 5 years. So nothing new. Annually, I get terminated, and typically they'll reinstate it. But this time, I might not want to be reinstated. I may just say, fuck it, once and for all. I don't need YouTube. I'm just trying to support the audience that I have created over the past 7 years, because it wasn't easy to create. I stream every fucking day. I create content every day of my life for the past 7 years. And this is how YouTube rewards me. Instead of giving me my 100,000 subscriber YouTube plaque, let's just get rid of him before he hits 100,000. What? You know what I mean? Fucked up. Truth has always been suppressed since Cain and Abel. That's a fact, Jack. Psalm 107 says, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. He is steadfast. Love endures forever. Praise God. Amen." Can't thank you enough, JV. Started watching you October 2023. Changed my life, my descendants forever. Love your brother. Never give up. Made so many friends. Your community is the best. I second that. We do got the best community. Mad love and respect, Warpaint. Appreciate you. I created you in my head, though. Bitcoin, by the way, I sent back a cease and desist to the law firm representing the British government. More power to you on that. JV, my fuck ears, the first second coming. Yeah, man. Wop, 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 wop. JV, fuck 'em up. JV here every freaking day, yo. Every day. I don't take days off. That's what's fucked up. But again, not surprised. It's just a testament that what we're doing matters. That's how I'm going to perceive this. Them terminating me and removing my content is a testament that what we're preaching matters. We're creating the change, and they fear this. They fear content creators exercising their First Amendment right to freedom of speech. They fear Bitcoin. They're shaking. And they despise Bitcoin, and they perceive it as an illegal Ponzi scheme because it's the only thing that will help you escape the forces of evil, their control, you know what I mean? Their censorship. Fuck YouTube. We love you, JB. Shit out, Sweet Bitty McGee. This gong strikes for you. Love matters. Bots got no love. You just need to sacrifice 3 streamers to the YouTube gods, something like that. But anyways, fam, now for our feature story of the day. Russia's largest bank, Sber, offers up Bitcoin-linked bonds. This is big news, yo. So let's share the significance of this. Also, your high priest, Max Keiser, wrote, what if Russia suddenly realized they have a very high strategic advantage and could buy 1 million Bitcoin faster than the US and win the global hash war? Incredibly cheap energy costs, number 1. Number 2, extremely low debt of 14.9% to the GDP. And number 3, the ability to print their own currency. Issuing $100 billion in BitBonds is easy for Russia. Buy 1 to 5 million Bitcoin, no problemo. Your high priest has spoken. Shout out Max Keiser. Now, check this out. Max also reposted this post, and it's very powerful. Russia just state-sanctioned a parallel capital architecture. Sberbank's structured bond isn't a marketing gimmick. It is a test deployment of sovereign-compatible Bitcoin integration within Russia's legal perimeter under its currency and without violating capital controls. This is the first real example of a nation-state formally embedding Bitcoin into its domestic bond issuance structure, using it as a performance anchor without needing to custody or declare reserves. And here's why and what this really reveals. Number 1, Russia is operationalizing Bitcoin as an escape hatch, not by holding it, but by tying the future value to it. They're not stacking the biddy. They're pricing their debt against the pretty low biddy going up forever, Laura. And number 2, Bitcoin is becoming a sovereign benchmark. Preach. This is exactly what gold used to be. A hedge against fiat. I call it retardation, inflation, geopolitical collapse. Now Bitcoin is becoming that without needing the global consensus, just exposure. And number 3, it mirrors what the U.S. is doing strategically, but silently. The U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve is real. Trump is friendly to Bitcoin, and the dollar system is creaking. So what we're seeing is 2 nuclear powers racing to co-opt Bitcoin without admitting they need it. The contrast with China is now stark. Number 1, China bans Bitcoin outright again. And 2, Russia builds Bitcoin-structured sovereign instruments. That divergence is not temporary, it's ideological. China wants full surveillance, the digital UN. Russia wants parallel capital options for the sovereign defense. Bitcoin sits at the intersection and is now being weaponized as a neutral hedge by both friend and foe of the West. What this means for the global system, number 1, we're in the early sovereign derivative phase of Bitcoin monetary integration. Number 2, reserve grade status is no longer theoretical, it's being tested in the debt markets. And number 3, the illusion that Bitcoin is retail speculation is now permanently broken. That's right, all your models are broken, I dare say. This is the birth of Bitcoin's role in the post-SWIFT monetary architecture. Take that, legacy payment rails. And now for the final truth. Russia just fired the first monetary shot, bang, bang, in the realignment war by not buying Bitcoin, but by pricing its sovereign future alongside it. This is no longer about the pretty little bitty price. This is about the pretty little bitty as a structure. And the deepest truth, you ready for this? The sovereigns who integrate first will survive the collapse of belief. The ones who ban it will watch their systems fracture when the real shock hits. Can I get a mic drop? And massive shout out to site bringer The Prophet for this post. Right on the money. Hence why you got reposted by your high priest, Max Keiser. Now let's dive a little deeper into the particular here. Russia's largest commercial bank, Sber, which rhymes with money printer go Burr, has launched the Bitcoin-linked bond product tracking crypto changes in price to the dollar-ruble exchange rate. That's right. The product is already available to the qualified investors in the over-the-counter market. The Sber plans to list the product on the Moscow Stock Exchange in the future. The company formerly known as Sberbank said in their statement, the listing will ensure transparency, liquidity, and convenience for the wide range of qualified investors. Sber said the structural bond could allow holders to earn income from the change in the dollar value of the biddy and the strengthening of the dollar against the Russian ruble. Well, that's right, Famalam. The bank said that all the transactions are carried out in rubles with Russia's regulatory framework, so investors don't need to rely on crypto wallets or unregulated platforms. Sber said it would also offer exchange-traded products, ETFs, providing exposure to crypto on the Sber investment platform, starting with a Bitcoin futures product, which the bank said would be listed June 4th, which is tomorrow. Once the Moscow exchange officially launches the product, Sber's move comes as Russia's central bank permitted financial institutions to offer certain crypto financial instruments to accredited investors May 28th. However, a key stipulation of the Bank of Russia's announcement was the financial institution could not offer cryptos directly, so indirectly, so be it. The Moscow bank T-Bank, formerly the Tinkoff Bank, interesting name, rolled out the investment product tied to the biddy price on the same day, referring to the product as a smart asset that is issued through the Russian state-backed tokenization platform Atomize. The central bank reported that the Russian residents hold around 827 billion rubles, which is 9.2 billion USD worth of the crypto on centralized exchanges. In its review of the first quarter of this year, inflows into the Russian crypto platforms also rose 51% to 7.3 trillion rubles, which is 81.5 billion USD over the same time frame. And Bitcoin holds a 62% share on Russian crypto exchanges, followed by Ether at 22% and stables like Tether and USDC. And if you don't know, now you know. Let me know your thoughts on that. We're going to transition, end the YouTube stream, and continue with the uncensored version of the pod on X and Rumble. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you need to get the fuck out of here. Just saying. Leave or forever hold your peace. We out. Deuces. And again, Biddy fam.